Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Daisy, your hostess. In this video, we're going through the book titled How to Tap Your Hidden Sources of Energy by Elmer Wheeler. This is an interesting take on this type of topic and a lot of wholesome information that's being offered by this author on ways to not only conserve energy, but also how to build it in our practical daily life. That's what I'm finding out. And it's interesting, in our previous chapter, one of the things that the author talked about was boosting energy and becoming impractical, doing something different, doing something offbeat. And one of the first things he mentions is spend your heir's inheritance. Or, here you're trying to save money for your family, yet you're struggling, working hard, and literally working yourself into the grave, and it's for your next generation to enjoy. And he's just saying, you know what, take time to, take care of yourself. And, by doing that, you're not only going to boost your energy and your families as well. And it doesn't have to be something extravagant. While even though he did recommend it, plan for something extravagant, it could be something simple, like going to the beach for the day, or going to a state park, or maybe just going to a hotel for 2 days. Just something different that just seems odd. Like, why would you do that? Just being so close together, seeing the stars at night, waking up to see a sunrise together as a family, and just brings the conversation to a different place. And you can have something else to talk about for the week, which is totally different. If I can say anything after the life I've lived, and it's that energy is important, and to have some energy to enjoy those intangibles in life. It's best to really design a life where you can kind of, in a way, enjoy all of it along the way, and to plan your life, and it'll give you that energy to do that. But you have to have a strategy and understand how to use your body and your time wisely. So I hope that some of these books are going to be of value in helping you design a beautiful life. And with that, let's go ahead to the next chapter. Sit back and enjoy. Chapter 8. Don't let phobias rob you of your energy. Fear makes men ready to believe the worst. How are your phobias today? Haven't got any? Don't know what I mean? Well, you should, because phobias can get you down as surely as a virus and drain off energy like a cancer. That's how formidable phobias are, and yet they aren't always visible to the eye. They are usually hidden. Here, for example, are a few phobias that deplete your energy through needless worry. Fear I'm going to die young. Fear I'm going to die poor. Fear I'm not rational. All there. Fear I'm going to die unmarried. There are many such phobias which doctors, famous ones like Kurt S. Watchell, claim do much damage to our thinking apparatus, and in so doing affect the body physically. This doctor, like others, is a great believer in mind over matter, psychosomatics. How a person can project himself into an ailment of some sort, or project himself out of the ailment. That's how important the mind is in controlling body mechanism and maintaining a good energy level. So if you have one of the above fears, dissipate it. Tell yourself that it is a false worry, a fear that is lacking in substance and is purely of the imagination. Guard against these. You can think ants are crawling up your leg, and soon you'll be burning up energy, itching all over. Experiments have shown that you can open a bottle and say, "Isn't this lavender perfume lovely?" And people around you will sniff, and through the great power of their imagination will actually smell lavender. Here are other cancerous phobias to guard against. I'm not educated. I'm not capable. I'm not virile. I'm a no good guy. Any of these self-berating phobias will get you down on your knees so that you lack energy to stand up and keep going. Unself yourself on these. Tell yourself, Why? I am educated, not like my friends, but in different ways. None of them can do bookkeeping, fix a sewing machine, mend a stove, but I can. I'm educated in these skills. Say to yourself, who says I'm not capable? Can my husband bake a cake, make a salad, attend a PTA meeting, become head of the Friday afternoon women's club all in one day? Well, I can. I'm capable. Find your phobias that seem to be destroying your energy, then solve them with logic. Phobias hate logic like mosquitoes hate DDT. More de-energizing phobias. There are many forms of phobias to guard against. Here's another flock of them that seem to run down energy of people as they mope and think about them. My mate isn't faithful. My sex drive is failing. My friends aren't true ones. My life is useless. Go to work on them. Go into fast mental surgery and cut them out of your life. You will soon find the mate is faithful. It was all in your mind. That your sex might not be what it was in early life, but it certainly isn't as bad as you try to sell to yourself. And as for friends, you have as many true ones as anyone else, only you haven't been thinking about them. You've been thinking about a few bad ones. And as for a life that's useless, analyze what you're doing that others in your group aren't or can't do. That will bolster your ego and multiply your energy drive. Habits that kill. Habits can be killer dillers, says Alton L. Blakesley, as he points to nervous tension from such habits as holding a phone between shoulder and ear, carrying bundles in awkward positions, resting elbows constantly on chair arms, standing on toes to do work, all of which cause nerve disorders if prolonged. Mopers aren't popular. Phobias are bad daydreams. They come often from idleness. For a busy person hasn't time to think much about his life. He gets lower in spirit the more he mopes. Mopers aren't popular, not only with others, but with themselves. So don't be a moper. Be cheerful. Think of weddings and not of funerals. You can raise the level of your spirits through the power of your mind. Say to yourself, I'm happy. I'm a success. I'm okay. Repeat this. Sell the brain on this impulse. Soon the brain will actually think, he's happy, he's a success, he's okay. And by gosh, that you'll be. For the mind, as I have often mentioned, is a great control box over the body. It can generate energy for you or drain it off, all depending on the nature of your thoughts. Proper thoughts tend to stimulate the brain to activity, and when the brain is active, so is the body. For the brain creates body energy. Rocking chair medicine. The rocking chair is backing our back again. It took a president of the United States to highlight it, but he did through his doctor, a woman no less. And now you find therapeutic rockers in offices of businessmen, a worthwhile fad to rock away tensions. For in rocking, you exercise, encourage circulation, stimulate muscle tone, keep joints supple, avoid lung congestion, and if done at bedtime, it encourages sleep by its sedative effects. Napoleon Steinmetz's Babe Ruth. Why do so many people become a success in life? It's their energy, you say. Energy I don't have. I'm a little fellow. I can't do the things that Big John is doing. If you will look around history, you'll see the Big Johns aren't the ones always to be the big success. Napoleon was small in stature. Toulouse-Lautrec, the painter, was a shorty, yet he got around pretty fast, for he had a strong mind, one he kept topped up with daydreams. In fact, Toulouse-Lautrec, despite his unglamorous figure, was a ladies' man. He got around indeed. Steinmetz was not a great athlete, yet he did a few things in life by prodding his brain on, and the brain, to keep going at the pace set by Steinmetz, had to create piles of energy each day, and it did just that. None of these men had de-energizing phobias, nor did such as Babe Ruth. He held the world's record, but he was not an atlas in strength, yet he got around the ballpark pretty often. If you study his record, you'll see that he had more strikeouts than home runs. This didn't give him a phobia or get him down. It made him more determined, and, until disease finally took hold of him, he was a big boy in life with no phobias that he couldn't lick with a grin. How to whip phobias. Go down the list of your successful friends. How many look the part the movies create for a successful person? Well, a few look the part, but most of them look like ordinary guys and gals around you. You will hear people say, "He sure doesn't look like a great golfer," or "Bill Smith, a mechanical engineer." No. But these chaps are just that. They may have had phobias, but they turned an analytical light on them, and phobias, like all boogeymen, hate the light. Learn the rule to whip a phobia. Turn the light of intelligence on it. That whips them to their size, and once the phobia is eradicated, then watch your energy start to rebound upward. Phobias are communistic. Appraise yourself. Make a list of all your phobias, your fears, worries, and so-called handicaps. List them one by one. Then one by one, turn intelligence on them. As light kills fungus, so will light kill insidious phobias that often get more people down than the virus bugs. Challenge each phobia with logic. Train your logic eye on the phobias and watch them shrivel. I haven't had a promotion in years, you say. I must be getting old and unwanted. You analyze. Where am I failing on the job? Yes, I can't get around much these days. My feet are giving out, but not my ability to use the phone. I'll become a phone expert in my office. I'll show them. I'll let my telephone voice go to work for me. Now, Mr. Fear and old age phobia, get going. Outski, you're unwanted as a communist. Now that's an idea. Look at phobias as communistic, for that they are. Russia gives us phobias as to our ability to fly to the moon. This gets us down, and we lack energy to try for the moon, until a space expert shows us the way. Our national phobia then disappears, and as our spaceman goes up and up and up, our spirits rise and rise and rise. Our phobia that we are land-bound fools disappears. We gain energy. Our national phobia of being inferior disappears. Energy returns, the stock market rises, an entire nation invests in space-age stocks, all because a Navy commander wiped away a national phobia. I'm good. I'm great. It's the same with the little phobias in our little lives. So we didn't go to Yale, but we went to night school. We are successes in things our friends are absolutely stupid in. Why, do you know none of my friends can type? I can. Do you know none of my friends can grow petunias? I can. Do you know that none of my friends can mow the lawn and not suffer for a week? I can. I am good. I am great. I won't let it go to my head, of course, but I will certainly stand among my fellow men with head held high, for I am a success in my fields of endeavor. I have no phobias anymore, so I am bounding in energy. Chapter Success Story. Paul Meyer once had some bad phobias. One was that he felt he lacked technical education compared to some of his erudite friends. He lacked pep to get things done until one day he decided to whip this phobia and all others, and he did. Today, he is head of Success Motivation Institute, Inc. of Waco, Texas, which makes success records of famous people whom Paul once envied and sells them to make others successful. His biggest customers are people who need advice, help, and knowledge of how to succeed, especially in meeting people and in sales work, much as Paul himself once needed. Meyer is only 28 today, yet his bank account looks like that of a retired millionaire. He says, "You can have anything you want in life if you crystallize your thinking and rid the body of insidious phobias, for success is a frame of mind." Today, his success recordings include Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, others by Earl Nightingale, Millard Bennett, Ben Sweetland, and Little Mona Ling, 5 feet of energy as she teaches selling ideas to tall men in the insurance field. And one record, Selling the Sizzle by Elmer Wheeler, for I too whipped my phobia that I had no voice that could be recorded. I got over it fast one day when I heard voices of successful men, and I said, I could make a record. By gosh, I sold Paul Meyer on the idea, and he now has Elmer on a phonograph recording. Chapter Thought. Jack Benny is not really tight. All Indians don't scalp people, and all fat people aren't jolly. These are illusions we get, or we're sold on by publicity. Same with phobias. We sell them to ourselves. Elmer's 5 pepper-uppers. 1. Take time out each day for fun. Do something you like that makes you smile instead of frown. 2. Play games. One president likes golf, another hand soccer, another played the piano, another hunted elephants in Africa. 3. Avoid self-pity. That really gets you down in the dumps. 4. Find a new interest in life, something different, radical, outlandish, something to jog your bored spirits. 5. Change the interior decorating of your office or home and get a lift out of life. End of chapter. Stay right here. We're going to roll on to the next chapter. If you could be kind, hit that like button and get comfy as I turn the page to Chapter 9, How to Generate Self-Confidence and How This Will, in turn, generate energy. Self-confidence is the first requisite in any undertaking. Dick Hartley told me this story of his boss, Thomas Cook, whose confidence in selling one-ticket transportation completely across Europe made him famous. Cook noticed that people needed many tickets to travel in those days and had to gamble in each city and in each country on getting a ticket and a seat. Cook had the idea that one ticket sold in London could allow folks to travel clear across Europe. And he had such great confidence in his idea that he soon sold it to all railroads and became so famous that today, who hasn't heard the expression, I'm taking a Cook's tour? The word cook is synonymous with traveling. So I knew when I asked a Cook man, Dick Hartley, about self-confidence that I'd get an answer. After all, that's his business, making travelers self-confident. Self-confidence comes from preparedness, said Hartley. If you are prepared, you have confidence. You radiate this confidence to others, and they are inspired by it. Explain further, I asked, for I was interested to learn how people through confidence, especially on long, tedious journeys through life, might have energy. Hartley's good advice. Take a travel agent, said Hartley. If he has been to a place he is recommending, then he transfers confidence to the purchaser of travel. This should apply to the purchaser too. Indeed, if a potential traveler is confident in what he wants and in what he receives, then he is happy fellow. How do you gain confidence of potential purchasers? I asked. We don't sell tickets. We sell romance, adventure, pleasure. Ah, I said, I see now. It is much like our slogan, don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle. People buy with their hearts first, then their minds secondly, and to gain confidence, you sell the end results and benefits. This gaining confidence applies to anything in life. Hartley went on, if a housewife has confidence in her home, her cooking and her children, and love for her husband, she is better for her confidence. She gains strength and energy from her confidence. She becomes far more efficient. Furthermore, she inspires confidence in others. The rule to use. Then the rule might be confident to gain confidence in others. Yes, confidence transmigrates from one person to another. I have seen it go from ticket seller to traveler in a flash across a counter. A customer comes in tired and worn from travel. The travel agent notes this and suggests a relaxing spot for the remainder of the trip. The seller radiates confidence and it enters the tired soul of the purchaser, and soon both are alive with energy. For confidence is catching, and so is energy catching. Then you might say, to stir up fires of energy in others, stir them first in yourself. The fires will then catch on in the other person. Yes, and your axiom might be, first fire up your own energy and watch it catch on in the other person. But this warning of Vice President Hartley of Thomas Cook must be considered well. Don't overstimulate the ego, for the ego can destroy confidence as well as make it. A little can go a long way. How to fire up energy. How does one go about gaining a little ego to fire energy? First, as Hartley brought out, you must have knowledge. You gain knowledge by study, observation, and understanding. You get it by reading, traveling, meeting many people, and being a good listener first and a good talker second. No one ever learned while his own mouth was open. The more you read about your business, the more you'll understand it. That's gaining knowledge. That's a big element of gaining confidence in yourself, loading up information, what you are trying to get over to others. A Hartley trained travel agent is a good listener. He is quick to absorb all a traveler has to tell him about a place. This fortifies his own information. You can do so in your business if you will. Listen to others. Listen to experts. Gain their experiences vicariously. Be quick to retain what you hear. Learn the art of remembering. Dress the part. Secondly, dress the part you play in life. The person who looks like he's a good lawyer, who gives confidence in dress that he's an efficient doctor, radiates confidence in others. This gives that person an energy lift. A sloppy person gains little confidence, but one who overdresses his part defeats his purpose, as in having too much ego. You don't need, for example, to wear a Tahitian outfit when you sell tickets to Tahiti. That's overdoing the act. It has a negative and reverse effect on others. Dress the part, but don't let the part overdress you. The third rule. Thirdly, in gaining confidence of others, watch your actions. How you handle what you sell is important. You can't gain the confidence of a woman that your vacuum cleaner is the lightest in the market if you take 2 hands to lift it, get tangled up in the cords, and otherwise fumble. And if you were to fumble the travel catalog of Tahiti, you'd gain little confidence. The person who can't find prices of articles without a lot of fumbling soon loses the confidences of the other person and soon slumps in nervous reaction to his inability to win people. Have information on the tip of your fingers, on the tip of your tongue. Be quick to answer objections, to give proper information. This radiates confidence that you know what you say. It energizes the other person, makes him want what you have, and 2 people with energy so bubbling over are a delight to watch. How to think energy. Psychosomatics is mind over body. It is a big study today in medicine, how the mind can control body actions and even diseases, and certainly nervous energy. Psychosomatics means that you can sell yourself on being well, on being great, on being a success in life, and on gaining energy. It works this way. You say to yourself, I will be great, I will not be sick, I will be happy. You tell yourself over and over what your aim is in life, and you energize your subconscious mind, and it takes over, and it gives you great strength to accomplish what you are seeking. Cooey had it in his simple self-selling motto, day by day, in every way, I am getting better and better. He showed that if you will do this daily, you will amplify your strength to become a better and better person. Many a doctor has tried to instill the will to live in people and has succeeded. He just won't give up, says his friends, and sure enough, old Joe lives on. He had a great will, that is, a strong inner subconscious power gained by constantly telling himself, I will not give up. A person can say over and over again, I will have energy, I will have energy. And he has energy. Atlas, the strong man, did just that as a weakling and became the strong man. Eddie Cantor, Jimmy Durante, Walter Winchell, and other famous names refused to let their poor neighborhoods drag them down. Each said, I will be a success, I will, I will, I will. And you know they have. Despite Cantor's and Winchell's rapsy voices and Durante's elongated schnozzle, which certainly didn't give them much energy to start personal success in life. There is an old school rhyme many teachers know by heart. 4 and 20 happy children came bounding out of school. The wise teacher made them bound out, for she realized she was instilling energy in them. If she let down during the last moments of school, so would the children, and they'd have gone home tired out, worn, and be hard to handle. This again is mind over body. Whistle for your energy. One way to sell yourself on happiness and the energy it brings is to hum and whistle. Whistle as you work is an old proverb Disney had to put into a song. The person who hums and whistles is a happier soul, and happy souls reflect confidence in others as they gain it in themselves. The grunter, the grumbler, makes a bad worker. Try a little psychosomatics. Whistle and hum a tune, a happy tune. Then pick out your favorite daydream, your castle in Spain, and tell yourself you will have it and will to have it. As someone once said, beware of what you will, for you will get it. Pick out a good daydream in life, something you want above all else in life. Will for it. In willing, you will prod your energy. Nothing gives energy more than desire, the right desires in life. For to desire something that is wrong in life only burns up energy, and acid eats your body. It is like hypnotism. You can hypnotize a person and tell him that when he wakes up, he will feel like a king or a queen. That person will have just that feeling, for it is a good feeling to have. The same with life. Instill only the good, for the good responds quickly to prods of the willpower that is within all of us. Whistle your way to success. Don't look back. One happy motto might come from all this. Don't look over your shoulder. Someone may catch up with you. Keep seeking. In seeking, you gain confidence. In confidence, you have energy. Forget the past, except for the lessons it has taught you. Keep your eyes ahead of you. Remember what happened to Lot's wife when she looked over her shoulder. History gives energy. There is no need to keep your nose to the grindstone of life and wear your energy to a nub. Yet, to hesitate down the path is ruinous. History can teach us, but history cannot give us confidence as such, except where history teaches that after all troubles comes sunshine. After all storms come clear skies. After all stock market slumps come rallies. History can give us self-confidence if we understand history. History of our health, for example, can teach us how to preserve health. The history of our family relations, one with another, can teach us how to get along better and, in so doing, save energy. It is all right to have an eye in the back of your head, but only to observe wherein you can see better and proceed forward with the two eyes in the front of your head. Never moan about the good old times. That stamps you as old folks. Keep your eye on the target ahead of you, and remember, a man or woman without a dream has no daydream to go after. Find your daydream. Get a dream. There is one that will fit your age, fit your temperament, fit your imagination, fit your personality, and please you. Set your eyes on this goal. Let the eye in the back of your head sort of glance at what you've done, what you've been in your own history of life. But only let the eye, as tail on an airplane, guide you along your chosen future path. Gain confidence by seeing what lies ahead, not what happened behind you. That's one way to keep from going over Plimsoll mark. One way to find your magic power to succeed in life. One way to generate a flame to set your energy on fire. Will to have energy. The will to continue forward is important. Without a dream, without a will, you gain nothing. Defeats are constant in life and they rob you of every drop of energy in your tank. But to defeat, learn the trick of how to avoid letting defeats get you down, bug you. Remember what Edison said of his 10,000 defeats? Now I know 10,000 ways not to do it. That is, finding how to harness light. Marshal Foch, commander of Allied troops in World War I, once said, "My right wing is crushed. My left wing is crushed. My center is crushed. I will attack." You can paraphrase this for your own life. My mate is gone. My family has moved away. My retirement comes up in a few years. My bank account is rocky. So is my job. But I will attack. This will to attack motivates energy. The will is like the burner in your furnace, always ready to be set aflame to generate heat. You must gain this philosophy of will over the body if you want to gain ultimate success through ultimate energy. Gain this knack using defeats as stepping stones, and you will have learned one of the greatest of all lessons in life: how to gain self-confidence, being master of the flame that gives us energy. Without a will, you are without a target. Without a target, you are a park bench habitué daydreaming, but of the past, not of the future. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. To berate yourself in life leads to defeat. Soon the flame inside dies down, and you find it hard to light up energy without this inner spark of the will. Will to succeed. The will automatically fires up energy. The story of Griffo. Charlie Roth, writer extraordinary, tells this yarn in an issue of Industrial Distributor News, and it illustrates very well the importance of will over mind, of mind over energy. It is the story of young Griffo, a pugilist quick with hands and brain, as told by Roth. One of Griffo's training stunts was to catch flies with his bare hands, for the purpose of developing eye alertness and hand speed. After reaching out and catching a fly on the wing, and he could, Griffo found any blow of an opponent was easy to pick off in midair like the flies. Griffo trained himself to catch flies on the wing. It was good training in nerve control as well as muscle control, and whenever he caught a fly, he gained confidence in himself. We all have mental gadflies that need picking off, as Griffo himself put it. It is purely imaginary, of course, but when I hear one of those gadflies buzzing around me, I stop whatever I am doing, face it, and mentally destroy it. You may have a mental gadfly that can destroy you. If so, maybe Griffo has the answer. Stop, catch it in your hand, give it a good crunch, then go about your business. That's how to keep worry away, build up self-confidence, and increase your energy. To get, give. Bob Roth, the promotional vice president of Resistol Hat Company, has a motto in life: we are a part of all we have met. It is from Tennyson's poetry, but brought into the hectic business world by men of this great hat firm who are not only style conscious as to headwear, but still conscious as to what it takes to put themselves across with others with the least expenditure of energy. It is a wonderful thought to build up confidence. I have seen Bob Roth in action. He is a good sitter, a good listener. He knows that he cannot know people until he listens them out. And you will see him very relaxed, letting the other person talk. This saves energy for Bob. It makes him a part of each person he meets. And therefore, I'd say one good trick to gain energy is be a good listener. People who listen never catch flies in their mouths. Bob Roth has one more motto: to get, give. Simplicity itself. For getting is the end result of giving. Learn how to give in on little points of discussion to save your energy. Learn the knack of nodding in a great agreement on minor details. In getting ideas from others, in agreeing on minor details, you save energy to go after the big main points you want in life. Always give in to details. You'll have energy for the major points. And that is why Bob Roth goes home nights and is refreshed. He has sidestepped, de-energized arguments. He has gained business for his firm and health, good spirits, and energy for himself. It's a combination you can't beat. Sure cure for tiredness. Get a new interest to perk you up. O'Sullivan Rubber Heels. In learning how to have energy, we go from hats to shoes. For your feet can make or break your energy. O'Sullivan, as I have pointed out, learned this in front of his workbench and started the rubber heel idea to save waste of energy. If you are 165 pounds of male with an average job, your feet carry you some 7.5 miles per day and take a sledgehammer pounding of more than 1,000 tons. If you're a little woman around the average house, credit your feet with roughly 10 miles and 1,500 tons of jolts. That's what Lynn Root, an expert on his foot-pounding subject, will tell you. Foot troubles are often a cause for merriment among lookers who seem to enjoy someone hobbling around or holding his foot in pain. You shouldn't, but you do smile at a woman kicking off her shoes under a restaurant table, or dancers disgusted with tight shoes and dancing barefooted. It is pointed out by shoe experts that pains cause the sufferer to alter his position, and in so doing he tires out muscles. Dr. Sam Morgan of Dallas, who does much in treating backaches as part of his general medical practice, always observes at once how a person stands in his office. If the patient leans heavily on one foot, he knows that foot will bear the brunt of weight, and that side of the patient will get out of kilter. Dr. Sam claims many of so-called headaches is from faulty posture. He prescribes proper posture. He tells patients how to walk, sit, and sleep nights, for the bed often causes morning headaches. In first showing people how to walk, sit, and sleep, Dr. Sam builds up confidence in people. Soon they work better, live longer, and certainly enjoy life longer. Did you know, for example, that 1/4 of the bones in your body are in your feet? Not bonehead, but bonefoot. There is a saying that someone is a bonehead. Better to say he's a bonefoot. For the foot contains 26 bones alone, intricately lined, as Lynn Root puts it, through 33 joints, firmly lashed together with ligaments. The heel bones and the metatarsals are the weight bearers. The big toe serves as your launching pad and saves you energy. That's how important your feet are to ruining a day of confidence. Yet, you are usually born with good feet, and if you soon begin to say, "My feet are killing me," chances are you are bringing on this defect through lack of knowledge and proper posture, and should see a Dr. Sam in your own city. For aching feet break down your pep and self-confidence. Some shoemen can help you by picking out proper shoes. Most people are adamant on their sizes, usually too small a size. Foot ailments are one of the 10 big reasons the Army will reject you. Limping soldiers have little confidence in their ability to go forward. But don't think you can jump up and down and get flat feet. Usually it's the corns, calluses, bunions, warts, and early foot ailments from shoes which don't fit that get you down. So one sure cure for early foot ailments is a shoe that is the right size. Some states, such as New York, now require school children to have foot examinations annually to make sure energy isn't being lost through their feet. A person with healthy feet can bounce around all day and not go home worn out, looking for a tub to soak the feet. He is confident himself. If you have tired feet, soak your head. You are soft up there and not correcting your feet. Again, be reminded that a person who constantly prances around is giving each foot a momentary rest as it rises in the air. That is perhaps why the Buckingham Palace guards prance up and down and really stomp their feet. They have learned that motionless dead weight is more tiring than slight motion. And who has more confidence and energy in life than the Buckingham Palace guards? Summed up, there seems hidden in all of us a flame that once lighted stirs up energy. And one excellent way to light the flame is to have confidence in yourself. People without self-confidence drag around. Those with it bounce around. So go after self-confidence. Use these ideas to find this great motivator of energy. Chapter Success Story. Jack Frazier had boundless energy on the staff of IBM. In fact, he had energy to waste which couldn't be absorbed by the electronic devices of this world organization. So Jack moved into an electronic field of his own. He is now making, in particular, loudspeakers for hi-fi owners and doing very well at the task of making good speakers at prices people can afford to pay. For you know, speakers can range in price from $3 to $2,000. But Jack had confidence in an idea. He noted how the Alpine horn blowers got great volume with a little blow. He saw at once that length of horn was important to the Alp blowers, but such a length would naturally be out in home hi-fi setup. Confidently, Frazier then made a further study, the shorter cowpunchers horns of our West. I saw again that length of horn was important, only now I saw a shorter horn with still lots of pep in it, and it made me peppy too, and I went after volume and tone quality without length. My self-confidence paid off. Frazier soon found the answer. It was an ingenious horn setup that made use of several openings, much air background, proper structure of speakers, and acute location in wooden frames, and found he had a winner in the Frazier speaker. So much so that Consumers Research gave his speakers top rating. Today, Frazier Inc. manufactures of all sorts of speakers in their Dallas factory. I asked Jack Frazier to what he attributed his success. In going from an employee in an electronics firm to owner of his own electronic firm. Among the reasons Frazier gave me for his success was this one. Although I learned 1,000 not to ways for every one right way, I never lost my confidence that I had a good idea and the ability to go on until I accomplished my goal, to give the world a hi-fi speaker of great quality at a price to fit their front rooms. Then your energy came from self-confidence? I asked Frazier. Just as a speaker must make use of ultimate energy possible, so must people. Loudspeakers, like people, can be big, yet make little noise in the world. People can be packed with energy like a transistor tube and give forth with the best. Sure can, and as you know, energy is as important in human beings as it is in electronics. And so self-confidence, determination to see your ideas through, and courage to gain your goal in life can be sources of great energy. Chapter Thought. What is one man's pleasure is often another's despair. Pleasure conserves energy as much as a healthy body. Learn what makes you happy. In happiness, you find contentment, and in this, you find confidence. Confidence begets energy. Steps to success. 1. Remember, you get paid for putting in ideas and not for putting in time. 2. Hesitation eats up energy, so stick to your plan from start to finish and have confidence in yourself. 3. Welcome little daily crises. They keep you on your toes. Your ability to handle them builds up your self-confidence. 4. To lack a daydream is to lack go and self-confidence. 5. Lack of an incentive is lack of accomplishment. So give people incentives to do things for you. This builds confidence in them and yourself. End of chapter. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit that like button. And if you like what you hear and what you see, subscribe to the channel and also share this with your friends. Let's head over to the next video as we continue with Elmer Wheeler's How to Tap Your Hidden Sources of Energy.